Chase Rothman is the waiter at his wife's big celebration. What's next, Chase? Dishwasher of the month. Boris's voice cut through the laughter at the table. Chase froze in the doorway, still in his waiter's uniform, plates balanced in his hands. Across the table, Celia sat glowing between her colleagues, smiling, until she saw him. Her smile vanished. Only if Celia knew who her husband really was, she'd be terrified and proud at the same time.
Celia came back to VIP room 3 and found Jean and the others still drinking and partying. Seeing that she was back, Chad's eyes lit up as he quickly went to greet her. Celia, on the other hand, only half-heartedly responded. She just wanted to end this as soon as possible. Patricia smiled as she talked up Chad, not missing a chance to belittle Chase.
Celia, I knew you'd figure it out. That piece of trash, it was simply lucky to get a favor from that big shot Ken Vaughn. We should have known that there was no way he could get a nice gift any other way.
She held up her hand to show off the ring. Celia's face immediately darkened. That's enough, Mom. If you keep talking like that, I'll leave and not come back. Patricia quickly smiled and said,
All right. I won't say any more. You youngsters can continue chatting by yourselves. Chad just did us a real favor. Just now, this hotel sent over a case of high-end wine, all because he knows the front desk attendant. Mom's gonna drink.
Hearing this, Chad blushed in slight embarrassment. Everyone was still surprised that the front desk had brought the expensive wine to the lounge. When Quentin was arranging the room earlier that week, he didn't order these high-end drinks. It would have added at least $20,000 to the bill. Jean and Patricia were incredibly flattered by Chad's connections, and he took the gesture modestly, despite being very used to that sort of thing. In actuality, Gerald had told the hotel manager to bring the wine left over after Ken's business meeting. It was meant to be a favor for Chase, but Chad had taken the credit. At this moment, a middle-aged man walked into the room and greeted everyone with a smile. Jean noticed that the person had an extraordinary charisma and a high-end suit. He knew this was not an ordinary person and quickly went forward to ask, Sir, who is this? The middle-aged man nodded politely and asked, You must be the man of honor at today's anniversary, Mr. James Sansom, correct? That's right, but it seems we don't know each other, do we? Jean did not expect the other man to know him. Pardon me, Mr. Sampson. Let me introduce myself. I am Shane Watson, general manager of this hotel. Are you satisfied with the wine that was sent over? He asked with a smile. Jean was so excited that his hands began to tremble. So it's Mr. Watson. I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you. He quickly shook Shane's hand. Upon hearing Shane's identity, the surrounding people all began to whisper. Since when does the Sampson family have connections with Shane? Sounds like he's the one who gave us all this wine.
It must be because of Chad, right? Jean looks like he didn't know him at all.
The surrounding people were immediately curious. When they looked at Chad again, his white face instantly flushed red. When the man truly behind the wine delivery had not appeared, he had felt confident accepting the credit. But now that Shane was here, could he have the guts to continue this act? He didn't think the red wine had been a gift from someone as powerful as the hotel manager. You arranged it? Celia asked, looking at Chad in surprise. She hadn't expected Chad's influence to be so broad. He laughed dryly, not letting out a true explanation. The truth was that he had nothing to say. He couldn't continue taking credit because Shane was still standing nearby. He also didn't dare admit that he had taken false credit. It was simply impossible to drop the act halfway. He prayed that Shane wouldn't say anything that could embarrass him. However, reality was, as usual, cruel. Mr. Sampson, where is young Mr. Rothman? Can I trouble you to introduce me? Shane suddenly asked with a smile. Hearing this, everyone was even more surprised. Chase? Why was Shane asking for him? Gene had an embarrassed look on his face. His brain couldn't turn fast enough. Having learned his lesson from Gerald, he knew better than to belittle Chase immediately. But he still couldn't believe it. He didn't give up and reconfirmed. The Mr. Rothman you're talking about, you can't mean Chase, can you? If that's your son-in-law, then yes, indeed. Shane confirmed. After receiving a definite answer, everyone in the room looked at each other in dismay, especially Chad. When he saw Celia's questioning look, he wished he had a hole to hide in. He'd been worried about the truth getting out, but Chad hadn't thought his bluff would be called out so soon. Looking at his uncertain expression and his awkward posture, how could Celia not figure it out? But she didn't embarrass Chad. She didn't even question him. I'm sorry, Mr. Watson. Chase is my son-in-law, but he just left. Jean explained awkwardly. Hearing this, Shane looked disappointed. He's gone? Jean's heart skipped a beat. If he could use Chase to connect with Shane, it would be a very good thing for the Sampsons. He left not too long ago. Maybe he hasn't left the hotel yet. Shall I call him back? At this moment, Jean didn't care if Chase was an embarrassment or not. He could be used as a tool for Jean to make friends in high places. Hearing this, Shane shook his head. His tone was so humble that it surprised everyone. No need. Let's see if I can catch up with him. It would be improper to ask Mr. Rothman to come and see me. I should be the one to pursue him. Only when Shane left the hall in a hurry did Cicely come back to her senses. With a pout on her small mouth, she snorted. Why do all these big shots value that piece of shit so much? He's just a blue-collar worker. How is he worth it? I guess it's because of Ken Vaughn. I think the manager really just wants to curry favor with Ken. Quentin speculated in a self-righteous tone. When everyone heard this, they seemed to be relieved. Quentin's explanation was the most likely. Patricia heaved a sigh of relief when she heard that, and her voice sounded disapprovingly.
Like Cicely said, how can a loser attract that much attention from so many big shots? This fellow sure knows how to take advantage of any situation.
They had never considered that Chase was responsible, however roundabout, for the high-end wine they were drinking. After Shane left the hall, he used his walkie-talkie to inform all the security guards downstairs. He did not go into detail and only asked them to stop the young man named Chase Rothman. As Chase was waiting for a taxi just outside the hotel, he was approached by two security guards. Sir, are you Chase Rothman? When the guard saw his shabby look, he immediately frowned. That's right, I'm him. Chase was surprised when he heard the sir. He looked at the two security guards blankly. What do you guys want? The other security guard warned his comrade softly. Could this guy have stolen something from the hotel? Why else would the general manager ask us to stop him? From the looks of it, he doesn't seem to belong here, does he? Considering that, the security guards looked at Chase with growing suspicion.
Please subscribe to the Pocket FM YouTube channel and press the bell icon for instant notification. Check out our channel for more such exciting shows.